preoccupied? You don't remember the day today?
Sorry,
You are preoccupied?
preoccupied. Um,
Yeah, it means you're thinking a lot of things.
well, yeah. And actually, I got up 1 hour ago, and I already had some study. I
Mhm.
already had study groups meeting with my study member, so it's a little bit okay. There are so many thoughts in my mind, so I have to clean it up for
Mhm.
right now. Yeah.
And how do you do that? How do you clean up the mess in your mind?
Well, pretty just for 1 month, just for just for 1 second, I just
Mhm.
remove all of things through imaginary eraser.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. You use imaginary eraser to erase the unnecessary things in your mind.
Yeah. And sometimes
Okay.
it's really work.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
not sure how you are doing that, but for me, I think it's hard.
I see.
Yeah, but
Okay.
yeah, it's so wonderful for you because you are able to cope up with those kinds of things, right?
Yes, right.
Yeah, you have your own coping up mechanism
Mhm.
so you can remove those unnecessary things that you are thinking about.
Yes, right. But sometimes it's not working well. Sometimes it's not working properly, and
Mhm.
sometimes it remove my important
Mhm.
data, things like
Mhm.
major knowledge or
Mhm.
appointment time or something like
Mhm.
that. So
Mhm.
um, when it remove my data from my
Mhm.
brain, I'm
Mhm.
so embarrassed. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it's really hard not to think of bad things, right?
Yeah, right.
There will always be a time that this bad things suddenly comes into your mind, even though you don't like to think about them.
Yes, and at that time I have to do another thing like
Mhm.
singing, dancing, or
Yeah.
cook, even though I'm not that good at cook at
Mhm.
all.
You're just making yourself busy.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I think that's good. Instead of sitting down and thinking about that bad thing, it's better for you to do something that will make you productive.
Yes, and last semester I just sit on my dormitory's chair. Yeah,
Mhm.
and I was really depressed by actually that was not that important thing anyway for something that happened for me. So
Mhm.
for now, I know that is not good as you told me.
Mhm.
So I try to make me busy as
Mhm.
possible.
Mhm.
Yes, as
Okay.
much as
Yes.
possible. Yeah.
Yes. Well, I think that's the best thing that you can do, right? To make yourself busy.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. All right. So, do you have any special plans for today?
mm, well, let me see. Okay. First of all, I have to cramming for my reading homework for my
Mhm.
study group.
Mhm.
Actually, because actually it's not only because of my part-time job.
Mhm.
But anyway, during last 2 days, I
Mhm.
was okay. I was a little bit more busy compared to
Mhm.
other days, so
Mhm.
I didn't have enough time to read
Mhm.
my
Mhm.
book. So today I have to read the delayed work, and maybe it's sorry page.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, and it's not that not that easy for me because it's all wrote in English.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yes.
maybe it takes some time for me.
Yes, of course. As we mentioned yesterday, we are not native speakers, so we really need time to analyze, to understand every reading material that is written in English. It's not really easy to interpret, to comprehend an English material in just one reading. You need to read it a lot of times.
Yes, right. And it's really effective, as you
Hmm.
told me. Yeah. Hmm.
Yes. Yeah, so just read and read and read. That will polish your reading skills. And as you move on, as we move along, you will not notice that, oh, I'm just reading this material for just once, but I understood it completely. So you
Yes,
don't need to read it again.
yes, and also, okay, and also usually, okay, sorry, and also recently I started again to watch TED. Do you know TED? TED.
Cat, is it a
TED.
series?
TED.
Oh,
Do you know this?
Ted.
TED.
I'm not sure. Can you
Huh?
tell me what is the movie all about?
It's not movie. It's not drama. It's just some short lecture, maybe lecture, lecture.
Uh-huh.
Lecture is proper word for this. Hold on. Maybe there is another word more. Yes, it's just speech
Mm-hmm.
from some famous
Ah.
people. Yeah, and there
Uh-huh.
are diverse topic, and
Mm-hmm.
they say about their experience or something, some lesson for our
Mm-hmm.
um, life. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and yesterday the topic was to reveal myself,
Mm-hmm.
my um, real, okay, to reveal myself
Mm-hmm.
really. Do
Mm-hmm.
not do not perceive other people by hiding
Mm-hmm.
me. Yeah, that was the topic of your class day. Anyway, as my study member recommended for me, it was
Mm-hmm.
easy to understand.
Mm-hmm.
So I was really confident, and
Mm-hmm.
I tried another lectures, but
Mm-hmm.
at that time I was desperate because of
Mm-hmm.
their speed of speech. As you
Okay.
told me, the black guys, black Americans, speed was really fast.
Pest. Yes.
Yeah, not just fast, but very, very fast. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
At the middle of the speech, I blacked out. I was
Mm-hmm.
blacked out. Yeah.
Yes. Like, okay, what are you talking about? Okay, okay. It's like you need to, if you can do it physically, you need to run after the words, right? Because
Yes.
the pace of the speech is very fast,
Yeah.
and it's really hard to understand if the speaker is really speaking very fast. Well, even me, if the speaker is saying something in a very fast manner, I'd rather not listen to it because I will just have headache.
Yes.
Yes.
So at the middle of that time, okay, what I felt is not any kind of curious or
Mhm.
angry, but just some thought that, oh,
Mhm.
I really want this can be finish it as soon as
Mhm.
possible. I want to make the time fly, but it doesn't. It
Okay.
was really long, maybe almost 20 minutes. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's long time compared to it was long time compared to other
Mhm.
lectures. Yeah,
Mhm.
and so after that lecture, I clicked a white American woman's lecture,
Mhm.
and before I watched that, I thought maybe because she is not black American but white American, so she will speak in
Mhm.
proper manner. But
Mhm.
that was my misthought. Actually,
Okay.
she was British, and you know the
Mhm.
British's accent is very different from us and
Yes.
also
Mhm.
from the Americans. So,
Yes.
but I can't. remember is the sound of people's laughing and
Mhm.
only the one word mathematical. I don't know this word why this word is used because the topic was how to love each other. Yeah,
Mhm.
but I couldn't understand it at all without the subtitle. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Because they speak very fast, and for British speakers, their words are coming out from their nose.
yeah, it's very strong.
Yeah. Well, that's why we can easily distinguish if the speaker is American or British, right?
Yeah, yeah, and I
Yes.
have some full. Okay, I have some. Okay, full. Okay, I have some full experience
Mhm.
about the British accent. Um, some maybe 1 month or 2 months ago, I had a study member
Mhm.
to memorize some sentence in English, some
Mhm.
sentences in English, but he always say to me the word can as can't.
Mhm.
So one day
Oh.
I couldn't stand it anymore, so I
Mhm.
told him, hey, you have to say can as can, not can. I thought
Mhm.
maybe he is saying some Konglish,
Mhm.
Konglish.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, but what he told me made me ashamed.
Mhm.
He actually he is running British accent and
Mhm.
it was correct. So at that
Ah.
time, I wanted to find some hole to hide.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah,
Like, hey, holes, where are you now? I want to hide.
that's right.
Okay. Well, yeah, I think that's okay because we usually hear can, right?
Yeah,
And not really can because a can
mhm.
is the can.
Can.
It's a
Yeah,
metal, right?
yeah,
Yeah, but for British, they also say can and can't. I can't,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
Maybe can. Yeah.
yeah,
So it's
that's only one difference between British and American English.
yeah, that's right. I also had another friend who want to go to Australia
Mhm.
my working holiday. Um,
Mhm.
so I corrected his pronunciation several times,
Mhm.
but one day he called me and told me, "Hey Joy, one of my Australian friends told me that I'm right
Mhm.
and you're wrong." At
Mhm.
that time, I searched the internet, and what I learned is they also use some of British language, British
Mhm.
accent, so
Mhm.
it's different. And actually, he was right if he were at Australia.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes. Well, what was your reaction, or how did you feel when those kinds of situation occurred?
Um, Actually, I was really embarrassed, and
Mhm.
I didn't know what to say. What I said is just, okay, maybe that'll be correct. Anyway, I don't want to know that. Yeah, it was all. And he was
Okay.
really embarrassed at the time.
Uh-huh. Yeah, well, at least you are open to corrections, right?
Yes,
So you
right.
accept, you accept. Maybe not directly, but at least you accept it into yourself that, okay, maybe they are right and I was wrong that time, but you
Mhm.
are willing to learn something new,
Yes,
right?
right.
Yeah, and that's what I really like in you because you are open to everything. You don't limit your thinking to the things that that you already know. So you are really open to everything.
Yes, correct.
Yeah,
Anyway, I
and
don't want
mhm,
to learn their accent for some time because I'm really embarrassed by that.
mhm,
I, um, I've really, how can I say this? Okay, I've been really embarrassed by that experience, and
mhm,
I just want to, I just want to, mm, not to see them. for
Hmm.
a while. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but as time passes by, they will forget about that. So don't worry.
Okay. I'll do that.
Yeah, and since we're talking about people, English speakers,
Yeah.
let's talk about letter F.
Okay.
Why do you think there is a perception regarding Caucasians being better English teachers? Do you
Caucasian.
agree? Yes. Uh,
Mm.
Caucasians are native European, or also they came from South Africa. Well, I have a definition here of Caucasian.
Okay.
It means that these are people who are fair to dark skin,
Yeah.
straight to tightly curled hair, and light to very dark eyes, and originally inhabiting Europe, parts of North Africa,
Ah.
Western Asia, and India.
I see. So, um, sorry. They are
Hmm.
European people. Um, they are European people, but their origin hometown is Africa or India.
Hmm.
Oh,
Or, yeah, it's like they are Indo-European.
yeah, okay.
Yes.
So, well, let me see. Perception regarding Caucasian being better. Okay, I forgot some words. Hold on.
Hmm.
Oh yeah. Mm-mm. Actually, it's a little bit hard to understand the sentence itself.
Hmm.
I know that word's meaning, that word itself's meaning, but I can't catch the
Hmm.
point of the sentence. Can you explain that
Ah,
more?
okay. I think I'd better rephrase the sentence. It's like this. Why do you think that for non-native speakers, they prefer to have English native speakers to be their teachers?
Yeah. Ah, I see. Um. Okay. So this sentence means there is some preference for native speaker rather
Mm-hmm.
than the other people who can speak English but not native speaker, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, that's true.
Maybe it's because of their difference in accent, even though
Mm-hmm.
it's even though it's little, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And also there is some bias to the people's skin's color
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
through among the student, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I also have this kind of experience, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When I started the Mint English first,
Mm-hmm.
um, I I chose one white woman, yeah, not
Mm-hmm.
the black guy or woman, because I thought maybe she is American, and actually she
Mm-hmm.
is not native speaker.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, um, yeah, and her pronouns and for now, back to the thing. Back to my thought. Mm, her
Mm-hmm.
pronunciation is not that different compared to you and teacher
Mm-hmm.
Evie and most of
Mm-hmm.
other Filipino teachers. But anyway,
Mm-hmm.
for students who want to learn English,
Mm-hmm.
uh, there are some biases
Mm-hmm.
about their mm, teacher
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
because yeah, as you know, there are many foreigners who can speak Korean well,
Mm-hmm.
but actually there are little foreigner maybe it's very rare, and there are little foreigner who can say English well more
Mm-hmm.
than us. So we think it will be same in English's area. Yeah, that's the reason.
Mm-hmm. Um, and do you agree with this kind of perception? Why or why not?
No, I don't think so because, as you know, there are so many students, and actually
Mm-hmm.
their English skill is not that good, uh, like me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I think the more proper thing is not the accent itself, the
Mm-hmm.
natural way of accent, but
Mm-hmm.
the clear pronunciation and
Mm-hmm.
clear grammar and
Mm-hmm.
the way how to construct his or her mind in sentence well. Yeah, it's really
Mm-hmm.
important. And to do that, uh, I don't need to meet some native speaker. Yeah, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I can meet anyone who can speak English. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and actually there are so many people who can speak English very natural way in
Mm-hmm.
very natural way
Yeah.
compared to native speakers. Yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
actually there is no origin of English. And you
Mm-hmm.
know there are so many people who have many friends from diverse broad,
Mm-hmm.
diverse who came from diverse nations. So
Mm-hmm.
I think the accent can be changed even though
Mm-hmm.
he is native speaker. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't agree with this kind of perception at all, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it.
Yes, because it's a very blunt way of discriminating.
Not blunt.
Blunt, like it is very vulgar.
Oh yeah.
Vulgar way. Yes, it's
Mm.
very vulgar way of discrimination. But I cannot blame students if they will prefer to choose native speakers if they really want to learn English because they are native ones. And of course, you can really learn a lot from them.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but I agree when you said it's there's no big difference between native and non-native teacher. As
Yeah.
long as the non-native teacher knows what she is talking about, I think that's okay. It's okay to have a non-native English speaker teacher, right?
Yes, right.
Yes.
Hmm.
And for Asians, we are more interested to learn unlike
English.
of yes, unlike English people, they learn something just for the sake of learning. But
Hmm.
for us, we try to look into the details. We try
Yeah.
to dig, just like what you are doing. You try to dig every meaning of the word, every pronunciation of each word. So that's how curious we are when it comes to learning. But for native speakers, they just teach pronunciation, use, blah blah blah, but they do not go into the detail.
Yes, right. And okay, and there are some speaker. I mean, there I have some friends who came
Mhm.
from another nation, they
Mhm.
are but they are not foreigner. They are Korean. How can I say this? Hold on.
Mhm.
Hmm, how can I say this? Abroad. No, there are no, there are not the specific word for that. Anyway, I want to
Mhm.
say some students who live who live
Mhm.
at abroad because of
Mhm.
his or her parents' work, but for now he come back to
Mhm.
Korea, and I
Mhm.
want to know how can I refer this student.
Mhm.
Do you know the word?
Uh, migrate. It's not migrate, but citizen, or maybe I'm not sure of the word, but I think there's no specific word for that.
Okay, because to us we have the specific word for that. Anyway, it's not that
Mm.
important. Anyway, I
Mhm.
have that kind of friend, and
Mhm.
oh, where am I?
Yes,
I
you have that kind of friend, and
and
her
Um,
parents' work.
yeah, I blacked out again. Anyway, um, let me see. Oh yes,
Mhm.
I have that kind of friend, and at the first time when I talk with them in English because
Mhm.
I'm an English camp staff, and they were the teacher, English teacher of students.
Mhm. Mhm.
Sorry, at the time, I was really embarrassed because I can't understand their most of sentence, but
Mhm.
after studying English, what
Mhm.
I noticed is most of their sentences are constructed with unnecessary phrase, things
Mhm.
like or
Mhm.
something like that, or
Mhm.
some of slang. Yeah, so
Mhm.
for now, I know there are not that different between them and native speaker and even us.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with that. We just need to learn and we just need to practice. That's the only way for us to not to
Mhm.
surpass, but to at least be equal to those who are already native speakers of English.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Yes, and oh, Joy, we don't have much time. Unfortunately, I have another class after you, so I cannot extend. But let's continue our discussion tomorrow, and I will review the words or your sentences.
Okay,
Okay?
bye bye.
Right?
See ya.
Bye. Bye, Joy. Thanks for your time.
Yeah.